This time, Times Square. A young naturalized American lights a match, exits his car parked in Times Square, laden with incendiary materials, and walks away, igniting, if not a firestorm, in fact, an explosion of media speculation, legislative threats, and finally, most fundamentally, fear. The explosion that failed did not fail to turn eyes, mouths, and minds to U.S. wars, conflicts, and contradictions in the Middle East and Asia, and back to the issue of terrorism. So occupied have Americans been with their own economic troubles that the wars abroad have fallen off the headlines, forgotten by most, while only a tiny segment of Americans, soldiers and their families, policy wonks at think tanks, foreign policy scholars and diplomats mostly, attend to the fires smoking in millions of hearts abroad as a direct result of misguided and short-sighted imperial policies. If a U.S.-educated, bilingual, naturalized American can contemplate, plot, and attempt such an act, ostensibly as a direct response to U.S. drones unleashed in Pakistani territory, which killed a friend of his, then who is the next to try to strike such a blow? We may not have to wait long to find out. And while the crowing about success is deafening, it's also true that danger was barely averted. In my humble opinion, Faisal Shahzad failed, not because he was improperly trained, but because either he intentionally sabotaged the plot or his trainers did so, to show what could have happened in the heart of Neon City, if only. The nation's fear index has hit the tops of the meter, and in that sense have had a psychological payoff among the planners of this plot that's also off the charts. Less than 6 months ago, a young man from a wealthy Nigerian family also almost caused a disaster in a major American city that would have caused death to thousands. In half a year, the name Abdul Muttalib has been almost forgotten. But what if? What if these were but dry runs meant to show how easy such an attack could be? U.S. foreign policy of attacking and bombing people willy-nilly can create blowback that can cause considerable American casualties. We may be seeing the first wave of much more to come. From Death Row, this is Mumia Abu Jamal. These commentaries are recorded by Noel Hanrahan of Prison Radio.